Hi. Over the next several minutes, I would like to show you a quick demo of DevSkiller Skills Management Platform. One of the most important concepts about our platform is that because of well-known garbage in, garbage out concept that is core or crucial for building a data-driven approach, we know that the data that we are collecting around the skills must be accurate, must be real, and must be up to date to allow the companies implement the data-driven HR processes. So to do that, we've built and designed a system that is an employee-centric. It's employee-centric because we know that building and giving a good and real value to the employees is something that will engage them in the platform and will ensure that this system is loved by them, so they want to use the tool instead of being forced to use the tool. The screen that you see right now is the initial screen that is visible to every single employee that is going to use a DevSkiller platform. The first thing you can see is a skill map. And by map, I mean that it's really a map, so something that I can move, I can zoom in. By zooming in, I see more and more details, exactly as it works for Google Maps. And even I can zoom to the level of individual skills. Individual skills, as you can see here, they are pretty granular. And it's also something that is by design implemented in our platform. We know that to build an adequate value for employees, these skills must be small enough to ensure that we can build a transparent career path or development path for them. You know, talking to, for example, Java developers and saying, okay, if you want to be promoted to a senior Java developer, you need to know Java more deeper, and you need to understand more concepts, is not helpful. As well as you can imagine that related to the foreign languages, telling to someone, okay, if you want to be a senior sales executive, you need to be fluent in French or better at English, is not helping to the people. But on the other hand, if you will tell this regular Java developer that if you want to be promoted to senior, you need to learn generics, you need to learn Lambda expressions, you need to learn memory management, I don't know, requirements collection, etc. It's more actionable for them, as well as with foreign languages. Telling that, okay, you need to learn how to facilitate meetings in French, or you need to learn the vocabulary related to giving and receiving feedback. It's very actionable. By such a career path, I know what I need to do. And this concept of the skills is also implemented in Talent Boost. Another important thing about the skills ontology that is built in the tool is that all of our skills have relationships. It's not that I can learn any skill that I want just today because that's my goal. Because if I want to learn quantum physics, for example, there is several list of requirements or skills that I need to acquire before I will even be able to understand the first book about the quantum physics. It's all about the regular physics, about maths, etc. And we implement the same concept here. So as you can see, Java generics is a skill that requires prior knowledge of Java fundamentals, but is also a prerequisite for learning Java collection. So here we have a path, development path, or learning path that is completely derived from the skills ontology. The next thing here that is important is that, as you can see, there are many different types of assessments. So first, of course, is a self-assessment. And here on the self-assessment level, you can see that I've self-assessed myself on a 70%. What does this 70% mean? So here we have a scale that is a 4-level scale for every skill that we have. And it's built on top of being able to resolve with and without supervision standard and non-standard problems. If I just completed the training and I don't know about any problems because I have only theoretical knowledge in the area, I know that my level is basic. If I'm starting to use this knowledge, this skill, and I'm able to resolve the standard problems on my own and supervision is required only in non-standard scenarios, then I'm moving to intermediate. Then if I'm the person who is able to resolve everything, it's advanced, etc. And one more time, the smaller the skill is, so the more granular the skills ontology is, the easier it is to self-assess the knowledge of this skill. Because if you will ask me to self-assess my knowledge of Java or English or French, it will be very, very hard because it depends on what I'm thinking right now, what's the context of the question, etc. But if you will ask me to self-assess my knowledge of the vocabulary related to giving feedback, it's much easier for me to do that, and the same applies to this one. So the self-assessment is the first level of skill. Supervisor assessment, so how my supervisor or team leader assessed my skill. As you can see here, it was assessed on the intermediate level. That's the second level. Then we have a desired level, so the level that I want to achieve, and that's something that I agreed with my supervisor. And last but not least, we have a talent score, which is another product by DevSkiller assessment. And that was basically a score of the test that was related to Java generics. And here we see that my real score is not 70%, it's not 50, it's 57%. I can mark that I'm learning this skill, and I can also look for other people in my company who can help me in mastering this skill because they are much better in this area than me. So that's the first view for the employee. The second one is a profile. And in profile, I have some metadata information about the skill set, roles, etc. And also the skills summary that consists of two areas. First one is my progression or my progress in my regular backend developer area. And as you can see, I have 2,137 points out of 2,400 available on this position. So to master this position, I need to acquire 253 more points to master it. Then we have a ratings overview, and here we have 3 layers of the employee skills. First layer is the core skills, so skills that are really must-have skills for the position that I handle. So if I'm backend developer, then like coding in Java or in Python, these are the core skills. Without knowing Java, I'm not longer a Java developer. And out of 44 skills that are assigned to my position, 44 are rated and 37 are mastered, which means they're on the level that is required from my mastery level. So in this case, from the regular position. We have 33 nice-to-have skills. So skills that it's great that I have them, like, for example, database tuning, but without knowledge of the database tuning, I'm still a backend developer, just the one who is not able to tune the database. And last but not least, I have 105 additional skills. So the skills that are beyond my position. It can be everything. Based on my previous experience, I can be expert in infrastructure management, in agile activities, maybe in UX or UI because I was previously working as a front-end developer. Maybe it's Photoshop because that's my hobby. And this additional skills, so everything that employees can add to their profile is a key to the reskilling activities, because reskilling is not only about this one. Reskilling is about everything that is related to my previous experience. And as you can see, I can manage these skills. So at every single time I want, I can add any skill that I can think about, even if it's chess or something like this, to the tool. So if, for example, I've took a Google Cloud training and I've learned HTML or Vertex AI, I can add here that I have basic knowledge here, save this area, maybe add also HTML to that, save and close, and at every single moment you can get back to the system, add skills, and as you can see right now, I have 107 additional skills. So the skills that are building my profile, you can treat it as a kind of an internal link. So that was it. Then we have my career section, which is basically showing 4 different perspectives for the employee development. First perspective is about the skill recommendations. It's everything that is recommended to me by my manager or by the company or whatever, whoever is making this recommendation. As you can see, Java generics is the first recommendation. It's based on this desired level that we've built. But also we can say that, for example, as a company, we are moving from Excel to Power BI, and that's also the place where you can recommend learning the Power BI to every single employee in your company, to given teams, etc. That's the first perspective. The second perspective is based on the relationships between the skills. As you can see, because I've learned Java fundamentals, I can learn some other Java skills. Because I learned Linux, I can learn some other skills that are like, let's say, extending Linux. Because I learned Kubernetes, I can learn how Kubernetes works in Google Cloud environment, and that's something that we can even construct. Like by learning object-oriented programming, I've unlocked ability to learn C# fundamentals, and by doing that, I can learn then memory management in C#. So you can like design or look for these career paths. If I'm like a Java developer with 20-year experience, of course, there is nothing that will surprise me in the Java area. But if I will start learning after hours, for example, machine learning, then such a guideline is a great thing that is helping me. The next thing is that if I want to become a senior backend developer, I have a clear career path that is defined here. So I see that to become or to master the senior backend developer path, I need to improve these skills like Java generics, BPMN, design patterns, etc., acquire some additional skills, and then I can say I'm already a senior backend developer. So as you can see, this career path is very actionable and it's very transparent. And last but not least, because we know all of the positions that are working or are available in your company, and we know all of the skills of the employee, not only those related to the current career path, we can check what's the position fit of the employee to every single position path. So if I'm burnt out as a backend developer and I want to look for other opportunities inside my company, I can check, for example, how close I am to the regular front-end developer. And as you can see, for me, I'm not so close. It's definitely not a role for me. But let's say that I'm also interested in clouds and the DevOps area. And here, for the regular DevOps specialist, I've already over 90% of the skill points collected that are required from this role. And as you can see, I just need to improve these 5 skills like Kubernetes, Helm, Docker, image optimization, etc., acquire 3 more skills like Greylock or Stackstorm, and I can already be a regular DevOps specialist. For the junior, I'm already there. I can learn Greylock, and I'm already a junior DevOps specialist. And this is the employee perspective. Now we can quickly jump to the management perspective to see how we can utilize and how we can use the data that was collected from the employees. Here we have a dashboard with a number of employees, changes around that, employee status, most popular job roles. So as you can see, the most popular in my company is regular backend developer with 12 people and 55% of average job position fit. By the job position fit, we mean that the employees who have 100% fit have all of the skills acquired on the level that is required from this position. So on the regular, it's on the intermediate level. And if it's lower, then we are lowering this position. We have 43 job positions, most popular skills. Jira is the most popular skill, 92 employees with average rating of 51%. And we also have some skill level changes. So we can see in this period of time which skills has grown and which skills was like we are losing, like JSON, for example, in our company. We can also take a look at the skill map, and this skill map, as you can see, is a general skill map containing the skill taxonomy for all of the digital skills related to marketing, project management, data science, security, sales, business excellence, cloud, enterprise platform, etc. So everything that you can see here. And as you can see, we can also mix this ontology with our custom skills, because as you can expect, chess is not something that we can add in the general level, but as you can see, You can mark here like King's Gambit or Sicilian Defense also to track that. Of course, in the real life, this will be everything related to your company, like processes, knowledge of the internal tools, frameworks, libraries that you build, design, etc., knowledge of the architecture of your company, internal systems, source code, etc. And here we can also see in which areas we are strong as a company, in which areas we are almost not existing. Like here we see that the blockchain or SharePoint, these are the areas where we have almost no skills. I can limit it to the skills that are assigned to my people and the skills that I'm using at the company. And here, as you can see, it looks like much easier to navigate. But also, even on this graphical level, we can find out potential skill gaps. And as you can see, here is a skill gap. This skill gap is knowledge of Juke. We have 0 people with this knowledge, but we have 1 person that is learning this skill. I can recommend this skill to all employees as well. We can also look for employees with given skills. So I can easily look, for example, for someone who knows Spring Boot on the level of, let's say, 80% or something like this. And the system is able in a few seconds bring me a list of people with knowledge of this skill on this level. If I need more people, I can ask system to show everyone who is close to meeting these criteria, and we'll see also people who have Spring Boot knowledge on the lower level. If I still need more, I can say medium, and it will also show me all of the people who don't have Spring Boot, but they have all of the prerequisites that they need. I can also look for people who are learning particular skill, people in a given position, people from particular teams, and these team structures it's hierarchical, so you can import the whole organization tree to that, etc. And last but not least, there are rich analytics functions in the system. So I can look for the skills rating. And here I can look for all skills, all employees, and check, for example, how it changed over the previous 6 months. And here you can see the first trade-off, because as we are using very, very small skills, it's extremely hard to manage these skills, because I'm not necessarily interested if someone is fluent at Java, generics or collections, etc., is too low, and I don't want to manage like over 1,000 skills. And our taxonomy is designed in a way where we can group these skills on every single level that you want. So I can group these skills into areas, and here I will see that, for example, in terms of the soft skills, I had 19 people 6 months ago, today I have 20, and the average score jumped from 56 to 57%. IT security, 19 people, 22 today. Marketing, 1 person 6 months ago, 2 people today, and the average score jumped from 20 to 42. Here we can also have biggest increases, biggest decreases, best skills, worst skills, etc. I can look, for example, not for all skills, but only in the skills in the cloud area and group them by the sub area. So I want to see how these skills change around the particular cloud providers. And as we can see, Google Cloud Platform, 7 employees 6 months ago, 9 employees today, average skill is the same. AWS, 2 people 6 months ago, 4 people today, and it dropped by 5%. So you can analyze this, you can choose different people, you can compare, for example, employees with some particular employee, like for example, with me, and see how it's changing here. So as you can see, we can see that for Azure, it was 19 people, 20 in the whole employees, and for me, the average level jumped from this level to this level. You can compare anyone to anyone, choose particular skills, areas, group them in different way. So by using this simple form, you can analyze basically everything. The second thing is that you can choose the actual job position fit. So you can see what's the fit to the job position of your employees. And as you can see, we have intern backend developer, 1 person, fit 100%. Junior frontend developer, 2 people, average fit 91%. We can also narrow it down and check, for example, only senior backend developer and, for example, regular backend developer. and break it down by employees. And here I can see that senior backend developer, William Gonzalez, 81%, Oliver, 78, next Oliver, 77, etc. For backend, regular, me, it's 89, etc. So you can look it at that way. And last but not least, you can check what's the position fit to any single position that you want and check all of the employees or particular teams. So let's say that you desperately need a regular DevOps specialist for your company to start some project, and you want to look for all employees that are able to be reskilled or upskilled to that. And as you can see, here it's Jacob Kubrinsky. We've fit to this new position of 91%, and by clicking that, you can easily check which skills this person need to acquire or to improve to become a regular DevOps specialist. So it's a huge support in terms of looking for reskilling opportunities, etc. So that's how the system looks in a nutshell. If you have any more questions, just feel free to drop us a line, or we can schedule a dedicated live meeting to go through the use cases that are most important for you. Thank you very much.